Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself! Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Welcome back to Curling Stadium Leduc. My name is Noah Masonwood, and I'm joined with Lucas Sawiak here in Leduc Curling Club in Leduc, Alberta. We are going to be commentating this game. Despite what it says on the bottom, it's Deschiffart and Koe playing here, and they're both 3-0 actually. Lucas, why don't you tell us about how they've been playing?
Well, their performance so far has been good enough. I mean, both teams are 3-0, both playing at a pretty high level so far, and great to see a battle of the giants this early.
For sure. This is going to be hopefully a great game with lots of close ends. So we're really excited to get to commentating this game. So to
start us off, Team Koe is on first. Lead Rachel Sipka throwing lead stones. And she is joined with Lila Koe, Claire, Casey. They all curl out of the Okotoks Curling Competitive Curling Academy, and they all curl in a Wednesday night ladies league.
Good shot there. And I believe the lead for Koe is actually Ella. Ella Cardinal, that's right. Yes, Ella Cardinal. is playing lead. Sorry for my friend here who's new to curling. Okay. Good hit and roll, just rolled out there for Riley Deschiffart. Very close one there. Both teams just going to be playing a clean end this end. Not much to say. Here's Ella Cardinal drawing into the house. And this one's just gonna stop in the back 8 foot. Back 8, back 12 there. They're just both playing a hitting game so far. And Lucas, what do you think is the key for each team to have a successful game?
Well, obviously execution is the main goal in every game, but at the beginning ends like this end, it's just figuring out and understanding the ends, learning new paths, maybe even figuring out which rocks are good and bad, and just getting a good feel for the ice. And trying to capitalize on teams' misses in the first end. If you hit and roll out, that's not the end of the road, but it does give the other team the ability to draw and maybe acquire that draw weight a little bit earlier than you. Could give them an advantage in potentially the second or third end.
For sure. Here's Casey Johnson throwing second stones for Team Koe. She's throwing a nice hit there.
Seems to be taking off a little bit.
It does. Oh, just barely. That one quite took off. But that's...
Yeah, we might be seeing a path over there. Like it might be slightly slanted towards the left-hand side of the sheet.
That's what you're just saying, right? This is the first end. You just kind of want to figure out the ice.
Yeah, exactly. In one of the previous games, we also saw that slant to the left-hand side, and that became apparent on that Casey Johnston shot, as we just saw there.
And now we're just going to see Kaylin Young of Team Deschiffart throwing second stones. She's just going to be drawing into the house splitting the house on the other side. Setting up a double, but it's not an easy one for sure. And you're always going to leave a double, no matter where you go.
Hopefully we can see Casey Johnston recover from that last shot. Hopefully she's able to successfully hit this, stay in the house, and maybe even roll over to the other one.
Yeah, you make a good roll over here. It's looking that way so far. It's curling a little bit too much. Gonna roll a hair. Still not a bad shot. Emma Deschifart's gonna try to capitalize on this, and she does have the hammer, so getting a deuce early in the game is good with hammer for sure. And it looks like there might be a bit of a curly spot there as well, as Kaylin Young removes the rock out of play, but just overcurls a hair too. And then here's here's Claire Mornelli. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And she's throwing third for Team Koe. Here, and like Lucas mentioned, both teams are 3-0, so this is an important game to hopefully get set up for the playoffs for sure for both teams.
Seeing another over curl on that path. That path might curl a little more than the other ones. Teams will have to watch out for that.
Yeah, hopefully they recognize that. And here's Sarah Yarmuch throwing third rocks for Team Deschiffart.
Very interesting why they're not drawing to the other side, which they previously, which Kaylin Young previously drew to. They may know that path better, and they could also use that yellow as backing, but they decide to draw to the other side, which is an interesting strategy.
Well, I guess the reason I could see that is just trying to understand the paths of just trying to get the pass down for both sides, you know. That would be my only thinking as to why. But so far, just a clean end for each team. And actually, this is both of these teams. I think were at Provincials last year as well. So both experienced teams.
Yeah, and Deschiffart winning Provincials last year.
Yes, Deschiffart won Provincials. So both experienced teams with lots of pedigree for sure. Sarah Yarmouth's just a little wide, but she's gonna hit that one there and just roll out. Of the house, giving Lila Koe a chance to just throw a draw, get her draw weight down. And actually interesting, Kaylin Young actually calls line for this team, and Sarah Yarmouth sweeps. Bit of a different dynamic than the usual third.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Kaylin previously was a skip on her own team.
Yeah. Yes.
So maybe she has more experience line calling.
For sure.
And maybe gives better insight to Emma for strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. There's Lila Koe's first stone of Team Koe. I wonder if she's related to Kevin Koe.
She was. I think the last name kind of tell me there.
I think so. Okay. Must be his daughter, right?
Maybe his second daughter.
Nice draw there. Looks like she's got her draw weight on the pin.
We're just off.
Well, pretty much perfect draw weight there from Lila Koe. So, and now here's Emma Deschiffart. And Team Deschiffart actually has had a very successful season so far in the Alberta Curling Tour, as securing the pre-qualifying spot to this Provincials here, the 2025 Optimist U18 Provincial Championships. They've taken home 3 U20 event championships, Calgary, Red Deer, and Sherwood Park, and then they've taken home a U18 event as well in Beaumont, and then they were finalists at Cochrane for U20 and semifinalists in Northville U18 and Leduc U20. So that's quite a bit. Pretty much any bonspiel they've entered, they've made semifinal or final, I would say.
Yeah, winning rate of
for sure.
Probably over 50%. That's really nice. That's really good, especially winning 3 U20 events as a U18 team.
Oh, for sure. And that's a nice hit and roll. Not quite undercover, but I mean, that's really tough to do. Kind of puts Lila in a new spot for her to throw. And would you throw up weight or would you throw down weight here just to learn the ice?
I'll throw a little bit upper weight here and potentially throw the inside up path, but I understand why they're throwing I'll throw the outside in path.
Okay, yeah.
It makes sense why they're throwing the inside out, because I'm pretty sure they threw one earlier.
Yeah.
Casey Johnston threw one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would throw a little more weight though, because you don't want to flirt too much with that yellow if you over curl.
And we've also been seeing some sporadic curls as well.
Yes.
Only on the other side, but it could be.
No, even this side too, I think. But yeah. Lila Koe's last stone in the first end. Both teams just settling into this game. I hope we get to see some aggressive ends later on. Just gets it out there, but that one kind of backed up, it looked like, at the end there.
Yeah, it seemed to be running pretty straight. Maybe the sweepers killed the line a little early, but he was good enough.
That was a good throw by Lila Koe. So now I'm the skipper, just going to throw this through the house. Good first blank in the first end here. And yeah, there's not much to say about this game so far. It's been very clean.
We've been seeing some really good draws. We've been seeing some errors. It should be a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, later on here, hopefully it gets a little more crowded for sure. That would be nice, but be a good game. And as we're going to head into the break now.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
And we're back. It's going to be a 0-0 score in the first end, blank by Team Deschiffart. And now it looks like Team Koe's going to be, I'm not sure if that's on a guard or in the house. I guess we'll find out.
What would you play here, Noah?
I would play the guard personally. I think you want to put a bit of pressure on Team Deschiffart. Because Team Deschiffart does have the hammer, you'd be really happy with the force ascent, for sure. So I think you want to put a bit of pressure on them. And I think they were going for the guard, and it's in a good spot there. And here's Riley Deschiffart throwing lead stones, and she's actually Emma Deskiffart's little sister, if you didn't know, but they are related.
If you watched earlier, around 6 feet of ice was given for the shot.
So that's quite a bit of ice. It's curling a lot.
It is really moving, but it also has a little bit of weight. It's back 12, maybe even you can see right through.
Oh, geez. I don't think Tim Lawrence would like that shot. Just a little too heavy from Riley Deschiffart. And despite what the score says down there, it is Deschiffart Koe. That seems to be a bit of a problem. That's been happening, but totally okay. Here's Ella Cardinal. Taking a lot of ice, but it is curling in as soon as it hits that right now. Just that hog line just comes in.
Just goes sideways right at the end, really, especially in the house. So
yeah, just takes off. Which, I mean, it is kind of good though for them to get used to this curly ice, like arena ice. And nice setup here by Ella Cardinal. Nice, good guard and good draw around. So Riley's gonna have to play a freeze here to set her team up.
Even if Riley just throws the same weight and tightens up the ice, that would be a really good shot. But
Yeah.
I think they just opted just for the straight
Freeze.
angle nose freeze.
And I think it's a little heavy now too, but it doesn't really matter because it's curling in real nice. Just gonna have to let this one die.
I don't think it'll curl nearly enough. A little bit of a sweeper's error there, but lead stones. You can still recover from it. Not the end of the road.
And I think they're just gonna elect to nose here.
Nose, you can roll over there. If you nose it, just give them a double or just a straight hit and roll to get that freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd like to roll away a little. And second stones here for Kui.
Seems like it's curling up a little bit. It's going to remove their own and won't even remove the red and spill right to the wing.
Just a bit, just got caught up on the curl there for Team Kui. And Team Deschiffart, they when they're actually not curling, they spend their weekends off with family and friends, as well as practicing at their home clubs. Emma Deschiffart and Riley are home at the Lacombe Curling Club, and Kaylin and Sarah are at the Sawiak Curling Center. It's a fun fact about Team Deschiffart there. And they're just going to be drawing in nicely.
Yeah, look at that curl, look at that finish. It's
just curls quite a bit at the end.
Crazy.
And then see, Team Kui is going to have to make a nice hit and roll to get out of some trouble here. You don't really want to give up a big end, especially with so much game left. You can afford to give up a deuce, but
well, if you're going to give up a big end, might as well do it in the second end.
True, you would like to do it now than later, but
ideally none.
Ideally none, yeah.
Speaking of Team Kui, the team had a successful Bonspiel season, winning the Medicine Hat U18 Bonspiel. They also were in the Banff U18 Bonspiel, losing a close final game, but still finishing off second place. It's still a proud weekend for them. And they also finished fourth at a Cochrane U20 event. I mean, finishing fourth at a U20 event as a U18 team, it's still a good achievement.
That's a very good achievement.
It's a good achievement. We'll see how they fare to Team Deschiffart this game.
Team Deschifart's just going to be hitting this one here. Man, it just curls so much. Just a hit and roll out there. So Lila Koe's gonna elect to hit and roll, and to make this roll good, she's gonna be in a great place because it's only four rocks left for each team.
And also with this shot, she can afford to be a little bit wide. If she makes a double, then the force is on. You got one way at the wing, and you'll have one other. So being wide here, making the double, that's also a good result.
It looks like she is a little wide. She's gonna have to curl up a little more to make the double. Just gets it out there. Not a bad result. So Sawiak is gonna attempt to draw. It's a lot of ice though. Quite a bit of ice, eh?
We have been seeing really hard finishes at the end.
For sure, I think you can just carve it over the end.
And their previous draw did overcurl, so they might be adjusting or over-adjusting for that, trying to find that baseline where they could face off the rest of the game off.
Mm-hmm. And Lucas, why don't you tell me a little bit about your curling career, just so the fans and the viewers get to understand why you're here commentating.
Well, last year won this event with Team Plushak, who is currently curling, I think on sheet A, sheet 1, and they're doing pretty good, 3-0 so far. But yeah, I won this event last year, went to nationals, was able to get 5th, not the desired outcome, but that is A-okay. The year prior to that, I didn't win this event, but still went to U18 nationals based off points, and we ended up winning the 2023 U18 national championships, which is pretty exciting.
Awesome. That sounds like a fantastic achievement.
Yeah, sure is.
And who are you curling for currently?
Right now, I'm curling for Team Davies with the University of Alberta. And as of right now, we're having a pretty good season. We just qualified for the men's Boston Pizza Cup.
Oh, congratulations.
I heard yourself, Noah Mason-Wood, also qualified for the Boston Pizza Cup.
Yes, I play for Team Keast. We are also a U20 team, and our competitor is Team Davies. But we're still good buds. Yeah, we qualified for the Boston Pizza Cup out of the B event. Team Davies out of the A. So we're gonna hopefully if we don't play each other there, we'll play each other at for U20 provincials hopefully instead. But in the final, ideally. So no, good. Unfortunate turn of events there for Team Deschiffart. Just a little bit wide on that one. Team Koe is going to try to capitalize on that opportunity, go around this corner, or go around the center guard.
As mentioned earlier, that we could be seeing slight slant, as we have seen 2 out-turn hits under curl with Sarah Youngrich's flashing. So the teams will have to watch out for that, maybe build a little bit of a sheet shape, and use that information going forward to be successful later in the game.
Sure. And a bit of a score update here. So on the men's side, Team Lushak has taken on Team Duncan. Team Lushak is up 2-0. Team Hofstra has taken on Team Schoenhart, and he is up 3-0. Team Heading is taken on Team Bacek, and he's up 3-0. And Team Clark has taken on Team Miller. He's up 2-0 there. And then if we go over to the girls' side, we have this game. Team Deschiffart, Team Koe is 0-0 so far. Team Yurko is taking on Team Desormo, and that's 1-0. Team McGurskin is taking on Team McMillan, and she scored 6 in the first end. It's up 6-0. And then Team Wide is taking on Team Roa, and that was a blank first end, so a tie game there, 0-0. So feel free to tune in to any of those games if you don't like our commentary, but I'm sure you will like it, so you can probably stay.
And all those games are available through Curling Stadium on Curling Stadium, Leduc, Curling Zone, and Curling Alberta YouTube channels.
For sure. And a bit deep there on Koe's draw, but honestly, not a big issue. She still shot 2. So I think she's succeeding at the force right now, for sure.
Succeeding at the force, but
Deschiffart does a guard. So
yeah, Emma Deschiffart sinks this one. Nice top 4, fully buried. We'll put a bunch of pressure on Lila Koe to execute, try to not give up a deuce in an even end in the second.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, both these teams are very good, and you just don't want to give the other team opportunity to get 2, because they're both good teams. Emma's just gonna go right to the back one, frozen. Can't really eliminate that one. So I think Koe's just gonna have to draw around it.
We have been seeing a bunch of draws come up heavy or travel heavy on that path.
Yeah,
could be seeing a bit of a repeated path effect with the ice keening up further and further as more and more rocks travel down that path.
And it looks, then there's the coach interaction there from, that's not Anita Johnson. coach interaction there, and I think he just mentioned to take a little more ice there, I believe, but that does look like a lot of ice, but it's curling so much
We have seen a bunch of finish as
it's
mentioned.
even. Coaching Team Cooey is actually Sean Cornelli. I guess they have a duo coaching. They have Anita Johnson and Sean Cornelli coaching his team. So a lot of experienced coaches there going to be helping out. And looks like Lila Koe is going to be shot, but she's just going to have to curl a little more. Nice, good shot there. And a good sweep by the sweepers.
Although it is shot, there is potentially a shot for 3, or a shot for 2 coming up, sorry.
For 3. For 2. Yeah, I think if she just throws hack weight, it's curling so much.
Hack weight could maybe even try to get to the inside. That could be a little too egregious.
If you're tight to the guard.
Yes, of course.
An opportunity here for Emma Deschiffart in the second end to get her deuce. It's been a good end so far, though. Some good shots have been made.
Yeah, very well played on by both teams. Both figuring out the sheet very nicely and over-adjusting and finding that midline. That little sweet spot that goalie locks in for ice on hits and draws.
Mm-hmm. I think they both know that it's curling quite a bit, so
it would be clear.
And she's just going to take the guard there. Really close shot. And it's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Cooey. And we're going to see you guys after this short commercial break.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And so it's going to be a 1-0 with Lila Koe leading. She just stole her point there in the second end. And it looks like Ella Cardinal's going to just come a little deep here, but not a bad draw at all. To start off this end, Skiffert's going to go into a corner guard.
Now tell me, Noah, say you're in Team Cooey situation, you're up 1 without in the third end. Would you ever play the guard here, or would you try to go top 4 like Team Cooey tried?
I think I would. I think you could, the thing is, you kind of have to know your opponent. So if you think your opponent's gonna play a corner guard, then I think you draw in. But if you think they're gonna hit and try to take hammer back in even, then I think you guard. Most of the time, I would probably play the guard. So, and Riley Deschiffart, though, going through the house on a guard, don't see that too often, do you? that's okay. And I think Team Koe is going to try to capitalize on that missed opportunity there. Try to put one just in the top house.
They might be trying the same shot again, trying to go top 4. Looks like it's coming up a little bit light.
Well, they're sweeping their hearts off here.
And it is a little bit out there, so they're switching sweepers to get maybe a little bit of curl. And it looks like this one may just stop as a guard.
It's curling, but it's just going to end up being guard there, which, I mean, not a bad spot, but I think Emma Deschiffart is going to try to use that guard to her advantage. And Team Deschiffart actually has, they have a few players who have represented Alberta at the U18 and U20 national level. I think, most of their players have. So they won this last year, so they got lots of experience at that level, and they're going to try to add more to their curling resumes this year to make it there. So nice draw by Lila Koe, really making up, recovering after that brutal miss.
Team Koe here, now trying to sink one right under the red one that Lila Koe just threw. Looks like it's taking off.
It's just taking off. I don't know, I wonder if that one picked. It's just not much rotation, just curling so much. And I think, do you ever hit this back one here if you're ever Emma Deschiffart?
I don't think so. It's the beginning of second stones, and it is barely back 4 foot. If you're hitting it, you're always going to be behind tee. If you try to go for a hit and roll, you're going to be behind tee, just leaving something for Team Koe to freeze on, and then both your top A1 and the one you would have hit and rolled with just become nullified.
For sure. And sorry, Lucas, can you just take me through? I'm just kind of curious. How important is the mental game in curling in your opinion? And what do teams need to do mentally to prepare for a provincial event like this?
Well, the mental game is incredibly important going into, during, and even after the event to reflect upon how you played and what you could have done better. Just a real experience with it. Going into event, I like to be in as best mood as possible, and also view every game, every event as if it's maybe like a national level event, and treat every game like it's a national final. That just allows me to maintain and develop a good headspace, which puts a little pressure on me, but I believe I play a little better with pressure, and I believe other athletes will agree with me with that.
For sure.
You could even see in high-level curling how most teams have psychologists and go to people of that profession to develop and build and increase their mentality during or for this game of curling.
A very nice shot there by Casey Johnson with a perfect hit and roll away to sit 2. And I think that's the risk of the draw, because I think Kaylin DeYoung was a little wide, and now Team Koe is sitting 2. And she's going to try to hit this one. She's just a little wide, and it's not quite curling up for her.
That slant coming back into play. Seeing a lot of under curls
for sure in that path, yeah. So here's Claire Corneli trying to, I think is she trying to draw, or is she trying to just guard? I think with this ice, I think she's just trying to guard.
Yeah, this looks like a guard. By the way it's curling, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a
draw. Yeah,
draw. Maybe sit half under the guard
for sure.
It's staying far out there.
It is quite far. Now it's curling up nice. Oh, I think this is a draw here, Lucas. And it just curls. And not a bad shot. She's still sitting 3. So Koe's putting the pressure on Team Deschiffart. They're gonna have to make a freeze here in the third end. This is not an easy shot. The freeze is probably the hardest shot in curling, I would say.
Aside from the hit and roll, but it is definitely up there.
Oh yeah.
Looks like it's curling enough for them to actually go for potentially the straight draw. Or they might just be just straight freezing.
Freezing onto this one that Claire just threw. Not a bad shot. Good weight, just curled a little too much for the yellow in the forefoot.
Maybe a little bit of a line call error. I'm not sure why Caitlin Young was on that to make it go a little bit more.
But
Team Koe now trying to just freeze on the shot that Sarah Yarmouth just threw. Rachel and Ella are actually longtime teammates who have won their Ladies League at Calgary Winter Club last year, I believe. One of them is sweeping at the moment, and the other one might be sitting off, not playing at the moment, or just.
Yeah, I believe Ella's playing lead, and I think Rachel's sitting this game out. With a 5-man team, it's you gotta share a bit of playing time sometimes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of rotation going on.
I think she just didn't want it to overcurl
And here's Sarah Yarmouth trying to draw around that one that Claire threw. She was a little light, but still a usable rock. Can still tap it up for sure. Sarah's just gonna go right by it, right into the pocket there. And I think Deschiffart should be sitting 1 for sure. But Koe's just gonna have the draw to the pin, I would say.
Well, we have seen Lila throwing some good draws in the first and second end, so I wouldn't be surprised if she nails this one.
Yes, for sure. She does have her draw weight down on the pin. And just a reminder, this is Team Deschiffart Koe, not Team Lushak Duncan, despite what it says down below. And so here's Lila Koe going to try to draw here. Hopefully get another steal, right, Lucas?
Yeah, a steal here would be phenomenal for Team Koe and put them in the driver's seat in this game. Just being up 2 going into the 4th end, maybe force a blank would definitely benefit Koe a whole lot. And
sure. This one's out there though.
It's really staying wide.
But it's might actually tick off her own here. Well, just a bit of a tick, but not quite enough. Just a little heavy, I think, there. Just kept it out there.
Yeah, it must have been.
Didn't curl as much as the other one.
That's what halfway will do.
And so Emma Deskiffart's going to try to capitalize on that missed opportunity. Try to draw and sit 2, maybe 3 if she can bump that yellow back even.
Where do you think the ideal placement of this rock would be? I think just showing half a rock top button is probably the top pin. I don't think you want to go right to the back one, because then Lila Koe has a gimme freeze, because I think you look at the overhead view, you go to the back one, you still leave the pin open. So I think you want to be top house here. Looks like it's moving a whole lot. It might even crash on the top yellow one. Looks like it will be. I think it's going to, yeah. It's just curling so much. Not a terrible shot though. It does guard it up a little bit. Good outcome there. And it's actually covering the co-op, which is a nice sight to see. I don't know. What do you think you do if you're Team Koe here? You might want to use that top 12 yellow rock that's half in the 8 foot. Just tap it up right on the nose, or try to get a little bit on the inside. It's a hard shot, but there's not much you can do. Or you could always just guard it and try to just give up a force. I think that's what they're thinking of doing here. Coach interaction being used. I think that's what they're thinking. Either call is good, in my opinion. The guard's a little bit safer, and a lot safer. If you miss the tap, you could potentially give Team Deschiffart a shot for 3, maybe 2 for sure, maybe 3. Yeah. Outturn back line, tap your back 4 one on the red one there. Yeah. So here's Lila Koe, the last rock. Team Koe's last rock, not last rock at the end. But hopefully trying to capitalize on this one here. Based on how much ice is given, would you ever opt to throw the other turn? Well, maybe that's not a bad idea, because you're getting so far out there, it's tough to manage it sweeping by sometimes. Out in the frost. But it kind of looks like they're managing it pretty well. That's curling up nicely and very well managed line call and sweeper. Very nice shot by Lila Koe. Great communication just as a team. Great team shot there from Team Koe. I mean, that just shows right there why they're 3-0. So, and then especially the last rock, right? That's a pressure shot, and I guess she gets it from Kevin Koe can deliver on those pressure shots. Another coach interaction used by Mark Deschiffart. An interesting house that Team Deschiffart has been given. They could always tap up the red one that's just out, that's just shy of 4 foot, or they could tap the red one that's in the 12 foot, double tap the yellow onto the red, and potentially hit their back red and push the yellow out for 4. You're seeing the left side, you're thinking? Yeah, a potential shot for 4, but way riskier. Way riskier, but I think they're just going to elect to go with the safer shot, just the tap. And this is not easy. Lila Koe has made it pretty difficult with that guard being placed in that spot there. It even looks like they're trying a hit and roll here with that ice. They could. Oh. Is that what they're doing? Can't make a tap with that ice. I was thinking that maybe they are hitting the roll. Well, hit like double that yellows to hit 3. Yeah. Oh, it looks like they are hitting, so ignore my last comment. That's why we have senior analyst Lucas here. I'm just a junior analyst. I haven't taken the second level of the course yet, so.
It looks like she's a little wide, but she might get lucky here and make this double. Oh, my
amazing
days,
shot
what
for
a shot. What a shot by Emma Deschiffart for, 4 points.
Killer shot. Holy Toledo.
What a shot. That's just the kind of thing you see on LeBron James. Just his GOAT pedigree.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston pizza at home.
And we're back, folks. That was an amazing shot by Emma Deschiffart. That's the kind of shot you're going to see out of the greats like Bruce Mouet and Zach Davies and all those amazing players. That was a great throw. Really well executed team shot for 4.
Very Ronan Peterson-like shot making ability.
Oh, for sure.
From Emma Deschiffart right now.
And actually, that was a bit of a bold call, but I guess if you know you're going to make it, you throw it, right? That was an amazing throw. And I mean, now the momentum's just totally changed of the game.
Yeah, complete momentum shift.
Right? From going up from potentially getting forced to getting 4. And I mean, that was a great throw. And that just shows why they were U18 and U20 provincial champions last year for Team Deschiffart.
Yeah, and placed well at U18s. I'm pretty sure they placed potentially 5th.
Yes, I believe so.
6th.
I believe so. And so here the score is now 4-1 for Team Deschiffart. A big forender, not really set up well by her team, but Emma Deschiffart just delivers a heartbreaker throw there. And we can do some more. We're up in the 4th end now. Give you a bit of a game recap for some other games going on. Team Ure goes up 3-0 on Abby DeZormo. Team McMillan and Team Magurskin. Team Magurskin's up 9-0. She got 6 and then she stole 3. And then Team Wyatt, after a blank in the 1st end, she got her deuce to lead 2-0 against Team Loa. And then when we can head on over to the boys' side. Team Lushak's up 3-0 against Team Duncan. Team Hofstra is up 4-0 against Team Schoenhart. Team Bacek and Team Hennig. Team Hennig's up 3-1. And then Team Clark and Miller, and Team Clark is up 3-0. So a bit of a few shutouts so far on the boys' side. And a good, nice hit from Ella Cardinal there, just to nose that one. And Kaylin Young's gonna hopefully hit this one out. And I don't know if you know this, but it feels like Sarah Yarmich does a lot of sweeping.
Yeah, it's quite apparent. She's one of the better sweepers on the team, and especially last season with Team Deschiffart, she was her and Morgan Deschiffart were an amazing sweeping duo for sure. You're able to bring rocks a mile, you can keep them straight, able to curl them a mile.
For sure, Morgan Deschiffart. It's a shame that she's not.
As mentioned earlier, it's a shame that Morgan Deschiffart is.
And a nice shot.
Sorry about that. We just saw Casey Johnston overcurl on a draw attempt. Was able to keep the corner guard or put it in a better place and potentially roll into the house. Probably not. But this does allow Team Deschiffart.
And here's Kalen Young going to be guarding this one up. Kalen Young with a nice guard. And Huey's going to have to throw a run back here. Major momentum shift in the third end. You guys should tune back and watch that Emma Deschiffart last shot again one more time.
Amazing. Just off eighth of the rock, double or triple.
Because I think that was a double, yeah. That was a great shot. I'm probably going to be seeing that one of my dreams. And I think that was Casey Johnson who hit and rolled off that one.
Able to successfully peel the rock out. Unfortunately, not able to get the run back that they desired, but it still managed. It still worked out.
And then Sarah Yarmouth with a nice guard. And I think Lila Koe sees it. I think she's got about half a rock, and I think she's gonna try to hit and roll away here.
Tell me, Noah, would you ever just go for the straight draw around your corner, or even potentially a wide draw around on the right hand side?
Not a bad idea, especially because those rocks are just at the 12 foot, and you can easily get shot. But I think they kind of want to, and honestly, you kind of want rocks to hide behind for sure. Especially being down 3, you need a few points, and you only have 4 rocks left. So I probably would, yeah.
Looks like this shot's curling up nicely for them.
Very nice throw.
Able to get a pretty nice roll. Does peek out the other side, but it does potentially force play out to the wing, and it will open up that draw path to the 4 foot handle.
Not a bad issue. Not a bad issue that it rolled too far, because I mean now she's playing the hit, And I think maybe what Team P was trying to do is to get that yellow in the top house there into play, because it is third shot. If you can eliminate some reds, you can hopefully bring it into play to score. And Team Deschiffart is
They're good. That's
they're,
good.
yeah, they're a good team.
Good team.
They didn't really write much for the Bible, so I can't not much to say about them. But obviously their game speaks for itself.
Yeah, and Sarah Yarmouth successfully able to nose the red rock there, or the yellow rock there, unable to get a roll in like they would have desired, but it still works out not terrible for them.
And I think Kui might be just smarter than us, because now look, she's drawing around. So I think she had that idea of rolling away, and then the nose, and then now the delayed draw. So maybe she should be commentating this game, not us.
Very true.
And so here's Claire Cordelli drawing in. It's quite wide. She's got to curl up by this guard. It just curls. Oh, wow. Just snaps there perfectly. And she's going to just drawn perfect. You got to get that there. Top four. Real nice shot from Claire Cordelli. Over curling perfectly.
Yeah. The only issue with that over curl is it does allow that short red run back, but it is slightly buried, and
oh, for sure,
definitely looks a little bit challenging.
Yeah, no, it's not a gimme, but I mean, we've seen Deskiffart's incredible shot making ability, so yeah, we'll see what she pulls out of her bag of tricks in this end. And I think she's just going to draw here.
Attempt a corner freeze on the yellow one, maybe on the last shot, bump it out, or just guard it. Boards Team Kui to a single in the fourth end.
Well, Kui is kind of.
Fortunate to a single.
Oh, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. That's right. So there's Emma Deschiffart drawing in here.
We haven't seen Emma Deschiffart draw too much this end.
No, mostly hits.
Whenever she did draw, it usually came up just a little bit heavy. So I'm excited to see where this one ends up, see if she was able to adjust to her previous shot. And it looks like this one may have come up a little bit heavy from the previous shots.
Well, I think that was just a line call error, actually, because her weight was not bad, just had to get by that yellow to fully bury it in there. Because now Team Kui's going to have a pretty wide open hit and roll. You just throw hack weight, and you can get over buried, sit two, hopefully get a 3-ender to get this game all tied up.
Yeah, 3-under would be huge for Team Kui.
For sure.
Able to bounce back from giving up 4 in the third end.
And I mean, they didn't really give up 4 per se. Like, Emma Deschiffart just made an incredible shot. And I mean, you leave somebody in and off and they make it. Not much you can do about that. So here's Lila Koe going to try to hit this. What kind of weight would you throw at this one, Lucas?
Well, it depends what your desired outcome is. If you're trying to roll away, I wouldn't mind throwing like 11.5 here. Or if you're trying to get the harder shot and get an inside roll, I wouldn't mind even throwing a backline or hack here.
Backline or hack is a good call. This one's just curling early.
Sweepers on it right away, but good. Oh, that's great.
Well, the screen's shaking as the sweepers are sweeping.
A little bit of a line call error and potentially a little bit of a mishit weight window there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not the worst shot, but and so Emma Deschiffart is going to have another attempt, and you know what they say, you don't want to leave somebody the same shot twice.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Deschiffart nails this one, or potentially makes an even better shot by wrapping one right around. If she throws the exact same shot, and the line caller notices that, just sinks it right back on her shot.
For sure. A very pure slide from Emma Deschiffart as well.
Very technically sound.
Mm-hmm. Way better than I am.
Yep.
And so here's Emma Deschiffart trying to draw in. They're going hard for line here.
And it looks a little bit for a weight, but
I think it's just going to chap off, unfortunately. Lila Koe is going to have the hit for two. She's just going to try to learn from her mistake in her first shot.
Maybe decrease the weight a little bit just to stick around the house for the show.
Yeah, I think you're just going to throw probably a easy or a hack weight, like backboard weight.
Maybe like a 10-5 weight or a 11-5 on this one, just based on how much it curls on this ice.
For sure. Yeah, it's curling quite a bit. So here's Team Koe throwing her last stone in the fourth end, and hopefully she challenges her inner Michael Jordan to take on Emma Deschiffart. LeBron James. Little wide, got a curl. I think it's got a curl. It's curling nice. Now is it gonna sit down? It's gonna roll a little too far. Just still didn't drop down that weight.
Not ideal, yeah. It looked around the same weight as she threw the shot.
But that's okay. She got her one. She's gonna have to put on her stealing hat now, though, for sure.
She got to put on the Jets for the second half of the game.
100%, and we'll catch you guys then.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Don't forget your brooms.
Come on up.
Well,
What do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
And we are back, folks, here in the Leduc Curling Center. We have a bit of a close game here. It's going to be 4-2 for Deschiffart and Koe. Welcome back, everybody, to Curling Stadium Leduc. As for new joiners here, my name is Noah Mason Wood. I'm joined by Lucas Sawiak. We're here in the heart of Leduc, in the Leduc Curling Club. After the fourth end, Team Deschiffart leads 4-2 over Team Koe in the Optimist U18 Alberta Provincial Championships. Lucas, anything you have to say about how this game's going?
Well, what we've seen so far is some pretty good shot making. An amazing shot from Emma Deschiffart in the third end for 4. Mark Deschiffart putting up the score wrong. Putting up upside down. But
probably must not have his glasses on.
A little bit blind there, but that's okay. But yeah, we're seeing good shot making from both teams. Seeing some misses from both teams. We're having a great game so far. It's filled with some a little bit more clear ends and some more clumped up ends. It's a little bit of everything.
And that was a great shot by Emma Deschiffart in the third end. I'm still in awe. Honestly, it's breathtaking. It was that good. That's the kind of shot you would see at the Scotties for sure. And that just shows their incredible shot making. As a U18 team, you would think they're women's. So That's very good. And Riley Deschiffart might just slip into the house here.
Might even slip out of the house.
I think she is gonna slip out of the house, yeah. Just a little too heavy. She's been a little heavy this game. And here's the dual corner from Team Koe. I guess they're going all out steel mode.
Dual center.
Oh. Sorry, pardon me. Dual center, as my senior analyst has shown. And so Team Deskiffart's now going to try to draw around this because, I mean, if they don't, Team Koe sinks one in there. They're in for a lot of pain for sure.
Yeah, especially since both those guards have a lot of separation, where a double peel
is not.
It's really, really difficult. And even if you double them off, you're probably still sitting in the second one.
Mm-hmm. And looks like Riley Deskiffart's going to overcompensate and come up light here. And here's Casey Johnson coming in here. She's going to try to draw around. If she can get around these guards, Team Koe is going to be in a really good place. And it's just curling quite a bit, but she just edges by the guard. And just slips a little deep, but not a bad shot at all. Getting one in the house there. Casey Johnson. Looks like Team Koe is going full steel mode now, which, I mean, you gotta respect the game. That's probably what I would do as well. And they know Deskiffart's a team with lots of good pedigree, and they know they need to step up their game for this one here. And I think they're doing that so far in the stand. So Kaylin Young's gonna try to hit this one here. And so Kaylin Young just throwing a soft weight hit. Looks like she's just gonna come up to the nose of the rock. Nice throw there. Little inside roll. I think if they just keep playing the hitting game, eventually they're gonna get up to the T line there. But Koe's just gonna draw as well. Casey Johnson just threw it, so she kind of knows what the weight's gonna be now after just throwing it. So. The sweepers like this one. They're going hard. Got to go for line. It just comes up a little bit light. That's an okay miss though. Coming up a little light. You got to steal, right? So
yeah, definitely not terrible at all. Considering that they're down 2 without guards in play. Pretty much always helps them, and that's a Deschiffart rod is perfectly placed inside of there.
And Lucas, what do you think is the key to overcoming adversity when being down so a little bit early in a game? How do you fight back and pull out a W?
Probably the number one thing to do is to maintain good chemistry among your teammates. To not criticize them or just try to maintain as much communication as possible. Because once you do get out of that rut, it'll feel like you're on a freight train, and all you could go is just continuously progress throughout the game and getting better and better spot.
For sure. Yeah, Emma Deschiffart just wanting this top 12, but it's gonna go in top 4, which I mean that's a pretty good shot still from Kaylin Young. And they're now going to be sitting 2. Now Team Koe still has that draw. The draw's still there to sit Button, and actually Claire Corneli made a great draw last end, and I think she can probably do it again if she's given a chance here. So we'll definitely see what happens. This has been a very good game so far to watch. And I think they're gonna draw here. What would you do in this situation, Lucas?
Well, I think your 2 shots right now are just the tapping back the red rock that was just thrown, maybe with like back 8-way, but then push it behind the tee, try to nose it, or maybe even getting an inside roll, or just having that wide out turn draw towards the top 4 or even top button area.
Well, I think if you nose this one with just back 8, that would be a very good shot. And we'll see Claire Corneli just trying to throw a soft weight hit here. And it looks like she's a little bit wide. It's going to have to curl. Not quite going to curl up, but it's going to go to the back one. And just move it a little. Still a decent result, your second shot now, so not a bad outcome for sure. And Emma Deschiffart just going to hit this one here.
Would you play here if you were Emma Deschiffart?
I think you're playing this shot.
The hit and roll to the wing.
I think you don't want to nose, because I think if you nose, you're setting up a nice little hit and roll sink. I think you want to kind of roll away to the wing if you can, or roll in. But nosing's not great, and they just nosed. But that's okay. Nosing's not bad there.
Team Koe still has to make
they still have to make the hit and roll for sure.
Very, very tricky.
But if made, it's going to definitely get them in very good position in this end. And with no rocks on the edge for an in-off, they're going to be safe from Emma Deschifart's amazingness. And it looks like she's just going to be wide here and roll out.
Maybe potentially get the double.
Not quite. Still, that draw is still looking very, very nice there. Looking very juicy, so incredibly juicy. But if Emma Deschiffart blocks this off.
If you were Emma Deschiffart, would you ever consider playing the peel or try to wrap one under?
I think you're trying to wrap one under. You're sitting 2. You put one top 8. You're going to be sitting 3. And I think Koe's going to be really, really worried because you don't want to give up 3 and be down by 5 for sure. So here's Sarah Yarmuch throwing her second rock, trying to just go top 8. And it looks like she's going to slide a little deep. I don't know why they're sweeping this one. Maybe not.
Not a bad result. Team Koe could simply just freeze right on it and force Deschiffart to force of 1 here.
Mm-hmm. A good throw, but I think you don't want to slide that deep. And as good as it looks on paper, putting 1 on the button, that's always good, but you got to think ahead, right? If Team Kui makes this freeze, they're only getting 1 point. But then again, being up 3 is also still really good. So
yeah, Team Kui could also throw like a back 8, back 4 weight, and just try to tackle. The Red Rock back gets shot and even have a little backing if needed.
And it curls so much, it's easily there.
Yeah, for sure. They could even get an inside roll or an inside freeze on this one.
And this has proven to be a very good game, just a bit of a game-changing shot by Deschiffart, but so far, both teams curling extremely well. And she's looking really close. Just gotta hope the weight is there. Just gotta curl a little bit though, to not chap off. Chaps off a little, but she is second shot now.
It is edge on edge, so it is a little bit of a tricky shot.
Not easy hit, and if you ever take the yellow guard,
that would not be a good position that the will put herself in. But let's hope that's not the case.
And I think she's probably drawing it, or she's hitting.
I would opt for the hit here.
You think the hit's the call?
Yeah, even if you nose hit is
not the worst, eh?
That's a bad shot because yes, it leaves Kui a freeze on the pin, but she still has to make it. She's got to be wary of that red one now.
Freeze on the pin is never an easy shot.
What would you do here?
It's a good question. I really like Skipper's call here. I don't know what she's doing, but I think if you were to draw, which I think is what she's doing. No, she's definitely hitting. The hit is also the call.
100% hitting.
There's not really a wrong way. I don't think you can go about it except for doing that. That's
not ideal. Still plays though.
Still does play, but I think now Kui's second shot with a freeze to the pin here. And she's had her draw weight in the past, so I guess we'll see if she can get it locked in here.
If she locks right on the pin right there, I'm not sure what Skipper could do. She could use that outside red one to maybe run it back or tap it back, but we'll still leave Deschiffart in a precarious situation.
And I must say, Deschiffart looks very focused in on this game. That's what you need when you have a coach.
He is very dialed,
for sure. Lila Koe, last stone, fifth end, could be a game changer if she can make this on the pin. Get her steal of one.
Steal a one here would be huge for Koe.
Would be huge. Another Peter slide as well. Looking close.
Sweepers are on it.
Sweepers are on it. The line's good.
This is looking like a really good shot. Just make sure the weight is there.
The line is perfect. Just gotta go for weight.
Make sure it gets there.
Oh, so close. But looking at the positive there, tough shot for the two.
Very tough shot.
That was a great attempt by Lila Koe.
Emma could always just throw board, hit quarter of a rock, get reduced that way, or just chest off nose tap and bite the button.
Well, I think she's looking at the hit there.
Do you think the draw or the hit's easier?
Well, I think the draw, it's kind of whatever the skips, whatever she's feeling. In my opinion, I've never really been a skip. So I did skip for high school.
How'd that go?
Not very good. We didn't qualify for provincials.
Just to my team.
Yeah, we did. But I wasn't there though.
Neither was I.
True. But I'd actually like to give a shout out to Ronan. to Ronan Peterson, just for his excellent approach to the game. He just, if you have a chance, I think you need to go watch Ronan Peterson curl. Just a great guy with a great game, and it just shows why he's one of the best players in the nation.
Getting back to this game, this is the last shot of the fifth end. Looked like she's opting to go for the tap.
It's real close.
Very precise shot here. Looks like from the sweeper's reaction, she did not.
Just for the one, just a little bit heavy, which is something you don't see out of Deschiffart very often, but that happened there. So going to be 5-2 now, heading into the sixth end.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And Lucas, I have a question for you. I'm just wondering what you think of Curling Alberta's mascot, Bruce. I'm wondering if you think it's accurate to the sport of curling.
I believe so. It empowers the amount of strength you need to have to be a curler. Maybe also empowers the Canadian spirit among it.
For sure.
Because the moose is one of our national animals, along with the beaver. The beaver's a little small.
The beaver is a little small.
The moose is very bad.
Anyways, back to the game here. Team Deschiffart went in for a nice draw to the top four. Deschiffart finally picking up her game here in the sixth end. So now we have Ella Cardinal. She looks a little bit upset. I think it's going to be going in the house, unfortunately, for her. And it will slide deep. I think that was a guard, unfortunately.
That was definitely a guard attempt.
So, and I think Deskiffart's going to take the opportunity and hit this one for sure.
Try to maybe get a little bit of an inside roll here.
Mm-hmm. And anyways, we could do a little bit of a recap here on some of the other sheets of what's going on around there. So here we have this game, obviously, where Deschiffart's leading 5-2. Uriko is down 5-2 to Abby DeZormo. McGurskin is up 9-4 against Darby McMillan. McMillan with a slow start, but has picked it up here. It's got four points to their name. And then a tie game between Sierra Wyatt and Kieran Roa. that'll be a good game to tune into. Peter Lushak is up 5-1 against Nolan Duncan. And then we have Caleb Hofstra, who's up 8-4 against Nathan Schoenhart. Kessler Bacek is up 4-1 against Austin Hennig. And Evan Clark is up 7-2 against Riker Miller. Bit of a sixth end update for you, for all the curling fans out there.
Back to this game, we did see Riley Deschiffart hitting and rolling out there. Although she did roll out, it wasn't the best shot, or it wasn't a terrible shot, because nosing it would have given him a little bit of a
backing,
actually. Yeah, because they probably would just put the guard right on it, use that rock in the future. But rollout's definitely not the end of the world there.
And then Ella Cardinal picking herself up and dusting herself off and throwing a great corner guard there. And so here's Kaylin Young trying to throw a guard as well, I believe. The camera shaking again here. It's a hook shake. It's a little hard to watch. Not a bad shot, actually.
That's definitely the way to miss a guard.
For sure.
It's on the side where the corner guard is on, so there's no hole to the corner guard.
And actually, yes, you're so right, because it also kind of chokes off that draw path as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So Casey Johnson of Team Cooey is gonna hit this. They don't like this guard in this place, and I wouldn't either if I were them.
I would be more inclined to maybe attack the center, maybe throw a freeze or a little tap on the 4-foot one, because you are down 3 points in the sixth end.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. You need to hide behind some guards at this point, right? I think they're just trying to hit and roll to a corner. It's looking close, looking like it's got to curl a little bit, but nice throw there by Casey Johnson, and it's a bit of a fun fact actually for Team Cooey. I did the math. I looked it up, and I think both the coaches, both their daughters are playing on this team. So bit of family fun there. So that's good. It's always nice to see.
Yeah, for sure.
So Kaylin Young gonna peel this one out. This is a tough turn to throw a peel at. I always struggle here. I find myself flashing quite a bit. So
yeah, you flash a lot on this.
But kind of looks like me and her are related there in that aspect there.
Yeah, it's practice the same way.
I would have taken the other turn myself, but then you risk jamming.
Yeah, that's why you just tighten up the ice a little bit.
Just throw it better.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So Team Cooey's gonna try to capitalize on that opportunity, and they're just talking amongst themselves.
Opts to go for the hit and roll. Would you go for the hit and roll or just a straight draw here?
I would go for the straight draw. I really don't think the skipper's gonna guard, and if they do, and they're not gonna, well, they might, but if they make 4 perfect guards in a row, then so be it. But chances are they're going to leave you an opportunity to hopefully hit that red in the 4-foot eventually. So I don't think I would throw the hit here. And then she's just going to take it and roll out. Not a bad outcome, but Kaylin's going to have another try at this peel here. I'm going to skip her tightening up the ice, as senior analyst Lucas just indicated. Oh, no, this is Sarah now. Ooh. Different player. Looks like she's got that there for a nice peel from Sarah Yarmuch. So Team Cooey is going to try to use this corner guard here to generate themselves a deuce in this 6th end.
A rather tricky draw there for Neely. Has to execute here, which may develop some traction for this team in the 6th end of this 8-end game.
And how important do you think the deuce here is for Team Kui?
The deuce here is extremely important. Just based on how many ends are left, if you do end up blanking this end, you are pretty much forced to get a deuce or a 3 in the 7th end. Because going into the 8th end down 3 with is very improbable.
For sure.
To get 3 or to get 4. To eventually lose again.
Feels like, well, we're only in the 6th end, but it feels like we've played a whole game so far. All this incredible shot making. So Sarah's gonna give her a shot at another peel here. This one looks like it's got a curl. It just curls up nice. Great sweep by our Deschiffart.
Sarah Yarmouth able to get a hit and roll into the rings. Amazing shot, amazingly managed.
For sure.
Just an overall great team shot and also an amazingly thrown shot.
Now Kui's gonna decide, do we guard? Do we hit? What do you think? You're seeing that as Lucas?
Depends on the level of play that we're playing in. I think our team would decide to try to freeze on the red rock, just to try to maybe develop a deuce through this end. Although you could just go for a hit and blank this end, play a very, very aggressive game in the 7th end to try to at least score 2. But I don't hate the call. I don't hate this call at all.
Neither do I. And she's just gonna roll out. So it's gonna be a wide open house here in the 6th end. And I think if you're having a skipper, you're just gonna want to blank this end. And just kind of waste ends. Other than the 4-ender, we've only had 1 point scores this game, Lucas. What do you think about that?
Well, in the 4th end, it was just a little bit of a mistake. It was almost a wide open hit for 2. There was just a little bit of a weight issue, a little bit of a line issue. And in the 5th end, we saw a almost amazing shot by Emma, just a little bit heavy. Other than that, 4-ender we saw, that was great.
That was spectacular.
The steal in the 2nd end that Team Kui to get, just with a did we go out in the 2nd or a straw?
In the 2nd end?
Yes.
I don't remember.
It was a
if you guys would like to go into the comments, you could let us know if you remember. So Lila Koe's gonna clean her rock. Hopefully hit this one here. This has been a treat to watch for sure.
It's been a pretty good game so far. We've seen some amazing shots. We've seen some missed shots. We've seen some very dirty ends, which dirty ends are always a treat for the viewers.
Oh, 100%. Well, the Kui's gonna dial it in with a nice hit and roll. Man, these locks are very lively. It just rolls out. I don't know. I mentioned that in a different game in draw 3. These rocks are quite lively. They curl up quite a bit.
Yeah, they're not as dead as some of the rocks you see at other places. Like the saddle rocks are quite dead, so you need to throw a little bit more weight when you throw rocks.
Now I don't know, but I believe Deschiffart only has 1 rock left. So for all the viewers, She's just going to elect to just draw to the corner with her last there. Bit of communication between her and her third, Kaylin Young. And so, Lucas, what do you think about your words on? What do you think about Team Koe's mindset going into the seventh end? Where do you think their head's at?
Well, because they're going against a great team and a team with great accolades like Team Deschiffart, it makes me a little bit nervous, but I think they also know what they have to do. They pretty much got to be extremely aggressive. Make sure they score this end.
For sure. In the seventh, not the sixth.
In the seventh.
Yeah, I think you're just blanking this end.
Oh yeah,
in the sixth for sure. The Deschiffart sails one through the house, not really even close, but Lila Koe is just gonna also throw this one through as well.
Relatively clean sixth end. Definitely benefited Deschiffart more than it benefited Koe.
For sure. Yeah, I think if you're Deschiffart, you're just wanting to waste ends at this point, right?
Yeah, for sure. Wasting ends when you're up is always beneficial to you.
So she's going to sail that one through, and it's going to go into the seventh end.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
We're back for the seventh end. Team Deschiffart is beating Team Koe 5-2. We're looking to see a little bit more of a dirty end compared to the sixth end. An interesting thing is both teams are playing relatively similar in percentage. And Team Koe is actually playing 2% better than Team Deschiffart. At least that's what we know so far.
And our senior analyst Lucas does not mess up percentages at all. So the score is 5-2 with a blank end in the sixth end. For Team Deschiffart. Koe does have hammer though. Could make some noise with a good setup shot by Ella Cardinal. Really dialing in her weight there.
Able to make a guard for her first shot compared to last time. Sadly sailed to the back. 12 foot.
I think it was through. Oh yeah, you're right. Here's Riley Deschiffart. Hopefully looking to pick up her game in the seventh end. Good first shot. Let's see if she can throw a good second one again. Just touches the center line, so and actually they Lucas, if you mind explaining to some of our viewers that they can't kick that red guard, and why is that, Lucas?
Yeah, just this last year, Curling Canada, or it might have been 2 years ago, they enacted a rule which disallowed teams to remove rocks which are on the center line off of it, just the leads and the first to second rows, which allows probably a little bit more fun watching curling for the viewers.
For sure.
Because you can't tick center, or you can't tick rocks anymore, which was very popular with Lisa Weagle and Rachel Holman, and just leads all around. Mm-hmm. It's a tricky shot. The leads are getting really good at it.
Yeah.
A little too good at it.
Mm-hmm. So, good draw there by Leduc. Sorry. Good draw there by the Cardinal, showing a bit though to the left side for hopefully seeing if Kalen Young can make something happen with this rock. Just a little wide, but it's curling back. It might just tick it.
And it also could just tick it barely under the guard a little bit more.
Might just tick it under the guard just a bit more. And if you're Lila Koe, you're jumping up in joy.
Yeah, they're excited right now.
That is huge for them.
That was the best case scenario if you're Lila Koe.
100% opportunity that you need to go make a good hit and roll here, and then suddenly you're set up to get three. So.
Would you ever opt for a draw around the corner or even a draw around the center if you're Lila Koe?
I would even say that, or even a tap on the red. The tap is not even a bad call either. I think they just want to get rid of it, but it's a bit more of a precise shot, and it looks like they're quite a bit on the guard. They might actually
miss it. Looked like Casey Johnston
tick the guard over.
A very, very straight through release with not a lot of rotation. She made it curl out a little bit. So, returning the favor.
Definitely returning the favor there. So hopefully, see if Kalen Young can peel this one out.
Recover from her last
peel.
Mistake. Looks like it's wide again. Riley Deschiffart able to curl it over just enough for it
to get it out of the house. Good throw there by Kalen Young.
Great throw.
So now Lila Koe is deciding we have to draw here. We got to freeze, right? So Lucas, what do you think? What would you tell yourself in this scenario?
Well, it depends who I am. If I'm the skip, I'm hoping the team can make the shot. If I'm the thrower, I'm telling myself to make the shot or to subconsciously let myself know which way to miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe the miss here would be a little bit light. If you do come up with 12 foot, that would be much better than tossing it.
I don't think Casey Johnson is very happy with that one there. A little bit unlucky. That throw.
A little bit of a negative reaction coming from her. But Kalen Young able to clean out the remnants of potentially her anger or just some frost.
See what Sarah Yarmouth can do here. She's probably just going to be hitting this one here.
Would you try to hit and roll out, or would you try to hit the sticker?
I think you want to stick her out. Put some pressure on Team Koe.
Yeah, for sure. Potentially even sticking around and having that rock as a rock that forces them to a single.
Team Deskiffart's going to roll to a very good spot.
Very devious roll.
Very devious roll. And so Lila Koe is probably going to make the double and roll. You can roll either way under either guard. She'll be sitting pretty nice.
Which turn would you take here for the shot?
I would probably take the other turn, but I also don't know the ice as well as Koe does. So, what about you?
I'd probably take this turn considering it's we've seen it be a little straighter here and a little bit of an oversweep. Just line call there. I'd be in shambles if I was Team Koe. This end is not turning very well.
I think Team Koe is underestimated how strong their sweepers really were. Eh?
Yeah, they're massive. They're huge. They could really keep a rock straight on themselves.
And what do you do if you're Team Deschiffart here, though? I think you're gonna peel the guard. She's gonna elect for a coach interaction here. So.
Yeah, well, you're up 3 without in the 7th end. The peel is definitely the safer option. If you try to go for a guard, that could potentially allow maybe a deuce opportunity for Team Koe, which would not be wouldn't be great for your team. But they do opt.
They opt for the guard.
Throw the guard.
Strange decision.
But Mark knows best.
He does know best.
To how dialed he's been this entire game. Very, very focused coach. Lila Deschiffart trying to curl it over a little bit. It stops in a very, very nice spot, even though it is biting the 12 foot. If Lila Koe does end up hitting it, it will not be a mouse.
That is a great throw for Sarah Yermuch there.
Sarah Yermuch on fire today with playing the best out of everyone at a very, very impressive 75%, with most of her shots being made.
And she struggled in the first 2 ends, but then has really picked it up since then. So now Team Koe, Claire Cornell is going to try the freeze here. And it's looking pretty close.
Not a ton of rotation. You might see
it's going to curl in real nice there.
Sweeper's digging it, trying to lock it on.
What a nice throw by Claire Cornell. She's just proving to be the Scottie Pippen to Luis Michael Jordan. What a great throw.
Amazing shot.
And now that's the problem with Team Deschiffart throwing the guard. Now what do?
You could chuck up another guard, or you could go for the run back. Probably most male teams opting to go for the run back because they like the high hit weight shots. But I think we're probably gonna see a guard here.
I think the guard is could be the smart call for sure. And Emma Deschifart's gonna throw the guard here. What do you think about the way she cleans her path? Do you think it's really doing anything?
Not really, no. I mean, it's her pre-shot routine, so whatever gets her in the right mindset where she throws, it's all that really matters. Ooh, Kaylin Young doing a little shimmy.
Oh,
scooting the broom over.
Did Emma Deschiffart see that?
Chance. Or she might have just directed it. You never know.
I guess. Well, she's not asking for more or less, so. Emma Deschiffart skips first stones in this game here, team 7th end. And it's just gonna go a little bit heavy. It might even tap theirs up a little.
Might chap off their own, which would not be that bad of an outcome.
Oh, not a bad shot at all. Have 4 in the house, and tough for Lila Koe to really do much here.
It does give her a short 4 foot run back to get shot right at the top, but buried under the other red center line.
And so Lucas, in aspect of this game, how much do you think you could squat?
How much I could squat in an aspect of this game? Ooh. Probably a good 3 plates based on
That's a good answer.
I've heard that Zachary Davies could hit 315 for 3.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's a very, very strong skip. Strongest one on the team, but he's skipping.
That's strange, eh?
Very strange. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. And so here's Lila Koe, her first in the 7th end. Hoping to make some noise. Maybe a potential double.
Yeah, we'll see how she does. Sweepers are on it early.
And she's just going to move it over and spin up a little. Not a bad shot, but fortunately still left that guard there. Deschiffart guard it up again.
Deschiffart could also just pick it out.
Blast it all out.
Yeah, that's what I would throw here. And we got 3 in the house. That's a pretty good force. I mean, Deschiffart suggesting the blast, but Kaylin Young potentially protesting against it.
I don't mind the blast because then you're always forcing. But I mean, if you're gonna guard, you're kind of also always gonna force anyways.
The thing with the blast, it's fully open. If you hit 3/4 to an 1/8, you got it.
It just depends on if you want to, because if the blast is a lot easier than the guard, I would say. But I guess we'll see what she decides to do. I think she's gonna put the guard here.
Makes sense. She just threw it. High probability for making it. Give Lila Koe a 5-foot angle run back for 2. Which, I mean, it's always nice when you give your opponents an angle run back in order to score.
For sure. Well, that's the goal of the game. I mean, it's only been 7 ends, but it feels like it's been at least 12. So this game's going a little slow.
They've already surpassed 2 hours since we did a game time. No, it's running faster than other games.
True.
Sweeper's not touching it at all.
This one's gonna have to curl.
Riley Deschiffart now on it, trying to carve it over. Appears to have a little bit of weight to it. That does the job.
Does the job, but the angle run back is still there. And I think that's what she's going to be throwing. This could be a game saver if she can make this one here.
Yeah, for sure. Coach is standing on maybe a little bit of an interaction.
I think this is going to be a coach interaction here for Team Koe and both the front end coming down to discuss. This is an important shot. You know, you don't want to leave anything behind. You don't want to not say anything.
Yeah, true.
They're really discussing this one here.
Coach has indeed sat back down. He is happy with the shot that they decided to play.
Well, I think this is the call.
This is definitely the call.
Not much else you can do. Even if you can just get your 1 right, that still kind of puts you in the game. You really don't want to let up a steal here.
A 1 would definitely be a win considering the current situation Team Koe is in at the moment.
For sure. And so Lila Koe, last throw, 7th end. Could be a game changer here.
Hopefully make some magic happen. Sweepers are on it early, trying to keep it straight. Back on. Seems to be moving a little bit.
Real close.
Amazing shot.
Very good throw by Lila Koe. And that's just Michael Jordan answering back to LeBron James. What a great throw.
Very Ronan Peter West, great.
Very Ronan Peter West. and that's gonna do it for us here in the 7th end.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
And we're back for the 8th end. Team Deschiffart is leading 5-4 with the hammer. Team Koe able to make the first guard of potentially many this end.
And an amazing shot by Lila Koe on her last throw. Just really locking in on that pressure shot and making it perfectly. So
yeah,
giving her team a deuce and hopefully giving yourself a chance here.
Yeah, potentially a little bit of a morale boost for her
For
team,
sure,
which is
100%.
much needed after the 3rd end and the 4th end.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so now Riley Deschifart's going to be going in the house, but
Appears to be a little bit heavy. She has had a little bit of a heavy tendency this entire game. A couple guards.
Ooh, that is not good.
Yeah.
It's going to leave him the pin, unfortunately.
But they are deciding to freeze on it. Would you freeze on it, or try to?
I would throw up another guard. I think you need to. You need to have guards.
Take advantage of the 5 rock rule and potentially the no tick.
Exactly.
Sweeper's off it. Looks to be a little bit heavy. Casey Johnston trying to move it over, maybe just tap the red a little bit.
Ooh, just capered by.
Not ideal.
So Team Deschifart's going to try to probably go just top 8 here. This has been a great game so far.
Yeah, some amazing shots being made by both skips to score a couple of points each. Sarah Yarmich on the sweep. Kaylin Young joining in. Trying to get a little bit for distance.
And a much better throw by Riley Deschiffart. That's exactly where you want to put that rock. That's a great throw, and honestly, it looks like a good setup now.
Pretty good setup, even with one rock being back behind the T line.
Mm-hmm. Some teams are walking off now. Maybe a bit, just a bit of time for a score update here. So it looks like Team McGurskin has defeated Team McMillan 10-5, and as of right now, Team DeZormo is up 5-3 against Team Yurko. From our screen here, Team Wide is up 5-4 against Team Roa. And then for the men's side, Peter Lushak's up 5-3 against Team Duncan. Team Hofstra has beaten Team Schoenhart 10-4. Team Batchek is only in the fifth end, up 4-3, but that might be wrong. And then Team Clark has taken down Team Miller 7-3. So Kelly Young gonna throw a peel here.
She has not had the best of luck with peels tonight, but I'm sure that's going to change after this shot.
That one's just curling quite a bit, but she's going to get this other one, so
might stick around. But it rolls far enough. May block that intern's draw path that Deschiffart might have to potentially throw on the pass.
Here's Casey Johnson, second stone in the eighth end. Looks a little bit tight here. Hopefully going to get by this first yellow, and she does. And not a bad freeze there.
Definitely not a bad outcome.
No. I think if you're Team Koe, you really want to sink one on that back one there, on that back one that's just back button. You just want to sink one right up there.
Kaylin Young's second attempt with peeling this guard, first move curling, but now throwing a straighter path. Sweeper's not touching it at all. It looks like she'll get a piece, maybe.
Oh, it just backs up and just gets rid of her own.
That is not what you were looking for on that shot.
No.
Not. But nevertheless, there are still shot back button.
And well, Koe's gonna have a real good chance for a freeze here. And I think if Claire Corneli can make this shot, she's gonna put her team in a place of a good chance that they can steal this end out. And the sweepers are sweeping it.
They're indeed sweeping it because they are sweepers.
They're digging though. It's a little light here, I think. No, it's close.
It's really close. Just looks a little bit wide, trying to
carve it over.
Really moving. Really
carve
moving.
It over and get it there. Keep going. Nice throw. Not a bad shot from Claire Corneli.
Looks like they're
looks like they're shot.
It's very close, but I do think they're shot. Putting Team Deschiffart in an interesting position.
They might not. It's a very close.
I think they're still shot. I think they're shot. Very close though.
Out of the way, it's probably won't stay like that.
No, it's not.
Team Deschiffart might there's a chance they might go for the triple here.
What do you think you would do here?
I'd definitely go for the triple. Definitely still try to open it up a little bit.
You thinking hitting the center guard just on the right side?
Hit 3/4 high side on the right hand side. You could spill everything except your back red, but
Sarah Armas is going to come down and discuss this with her skip.
She was lead last year in filling third position boots. A little bit challenging, but she seems to be doing a really good job on that. With her curling 75% this game, the best out of everyone.
Well, actually, her sister Evan Yarmuch actually played third for Team Deschiffart last year.
Yeah.
So I guess stepping up into her sister's shoes.
She's got to fill her sister's boots. That's a big job, but she seems to be doing a pretty nice job with it.
Very, very, very well done. So I think they're just gonna try the double or the triple like you're mentioning here, or even just straight peel this guard.
Yeah, try to get some action in the house movement. Straight peel works, but it's not the best. You're slowly running out of rocks.
Yes. Koe's team definitely has picked up their game for this end for sure.
Very smooth slide and release from Sawiak. Sweepers off and on it,
really
close.
Oh, almost a boom slam too.
She was able to contain herself, but yeah, that was a little bit of a line calling error.
Very, very close shot. I mean, you want to err on that side though. You never want to come to nose. You'd rather just get rid of it, I think, straight off.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, I guess coming to nose wouldn't be the worst actually if you make the double, but. And so now Koe's just going to replace that guard, which definitely is the call for now. I think you replace the guard and then replace it one more time, and then eventually you can just tap yours in and just to make sure that you're shot, I think.
Well, they'll definitely have a good look before they decide on Koe's last shot if the current half situation stays the same.
Good 2 throws from Claire Corneli. She has really, really done well this end.
Making 2 shots perfectly.
Sawiak just throwing the run back. She's really close. Ooh, and she's going to get rid of hers there and open things up. Still a good throw.
Extremely close to the triple, but that works perfectly fine. Gets rid of that red backing.
But unfortunately now Koe's going to have a rock in the house and another one, so she can guard and keep guarding. Emma Deschiffart going to not only be facing one, but facing 2 for her last.
Emma Deschiffart could be in a world of hurt here.
How much you say playing on the feature sheet affects you as a curler? Like, does it make you more nervous, or what do you think of this?
Not necessarily, unless it includes mics, which the 2025 U18 Optimist Provincial Championships mics are not being used.
Mm-hmm.
Like recently, I was in Brandon, and I was mic'd for a feature sheet, and that kind of messed with my head a little bit. Just wasn't the best, didn't play the best. It was just overall not the best time, but usually I don't have an issue.
I would certainly agree. So Lila Koe's first rock in the 8th end, looking to make a guard here.
Casey Johnson was going hard earlier on, and now she's just keeping a light brush on it.
Just to hold the line, I think, at the start.
Yeah, not a whole lot of rotation.
Just got to sit down.
But that's a good shot.
Stops perfectly. Great throw by Lila Koe. And Team Koe's really stepped up this end with only one miss so far this whole end. So definitely bring up their game. And so Team Deschiffart now is gonna have to draw, I think, right? One freeze and sit shot.
Yeah, they could go for the straight peel and try to pick out the one in the 12-foot. But I feel like the draw is the better call. Draw and tap. With that ice, I'm guessing they're trying to tap that yellow one back.
I think so.
Because even if they do miss it, it does give Emma Deschiffart an opportunity to practice her draws on the same path.
Exactly.
She may have to play a draw to the pin.
She might. And I think the tap's the call. The red guard is a little bit in the way of the draw. It could get in the way, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and I think Sawiak going hard to hold the line here. And this is more than just a draw. This is hard, good weight. Just gonna tick the guard, and then tick the other guard.
That was catastrophic, and it even moves that red corner guard a little bit closer to the center line, which potentially cuts off the drop path
entirely,
and making this guard maybe a little bit easier to apply a little bit more pressure on. Emma for her last.
And you
run.
can't even hit the other one either because it's guarded. But it all comes down to the skip stones sometimes in the game. Looks like Lila Koe is going to have to dial this one in to throw the same shot, same good guard that she just threw.
Lila Koe, last shot of the 8th end, looking to guard the one that is biting the button to steal and force an extra.
Pure slide from Lila Koe.
Casey Johnson cleaning it now, sweeping it a little bit potentially for line and maybe a little bit for weight. Ooh, it seems a little bit out there. Trying to curl, move it over.
Ella Cardinal on the sweep, trying to get it over.
So she's putting her back into that one. She really wants to move that one over. That was a great sweep by Ella Cardinal.
Great sweep. Almost got it over, but it is unfortunately still half open.
Yeah.
And so Deschiffart just going to be throwing
the same shot she just threw.
Same shot, pretty much. Bit more room for error this time. But now that that red guard is in the way if she ever floats it out a little.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like it's more likely to hit the yellow one than the red one, just considering how much it curls. And she might make the same mistake as last time by maybe potentially throwing a little bit straight through, or make it curl a little earlier and a little harder at the end.
Well, I guess we'll see. A lot of fans are watching this last shot here. Big crowd. It's good though. Good game. Come down to the last rock. It's not over yet though.
No, definitely not over. Kaylin Young indicating that's a little wide. It's floating out there. Now it's starting to move.
Now it's really moving.
This looks really nice. This looks perfect.
Very nice shot from Emma Deschiffart, and that's the game.
That is wraps, folks.
What a great game, though. Very close. Came down to the last rock, and yeah. Anything you'd like to add about that game, Lucas? Game recap, perhaps?
Just well, the TSN turning point's got to be Emma Deschiffart's little double, triple shot for 4 in the third end that really set them on the right path, and that they just rode the momentum after that.
For sure, definitely rode the momentum there. That was a great game. Good battle of perseverance for both teams.
Yeah,
and yeah, I want to go over to the other games here. So, a few more finals here. So, well, obviously, Team Deschiffart has won 6-4. Team DeZormo has taken down Team Jericho 7-3, and then Team Wyatt and Team Roa are 5-4 for Team Wyatt. So go tune into that game right now. That game's still going on. It's gonna be a close one there. And then for Team Lushak has taken down Team Duncan 5-3, and then Team Officers taken. I already said that. So Team Batchek and Team Hennig is a close one there. Team Batchek's up 7-4 against Team Hennig. And that's all. So go tune into those games, Team Batchek, Team Hennig, and Team Wyatt and Team Roa. Those games are still going on, so go tune into those, and yeah.
We are streaming all sheets through Curling Stadium, and all games are available to watch on the Curling Stadium Leduc and Curling Zone and the Curling Alberta YouTube channels. So go tune on to some of those games.
So thank you all, and hopefully you enjoyed our commentary and didn't mute us. But yeah, thank you so much.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston pizza at home.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $100,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.